Hey guys, Ashton here, and you are watching the new series of mine where I'm going to be watching every single pay-per-view from the 2000s. Yes, and you know, I've never actually watched a pay-per-view, like rewatched a pay-per-view. I've only watched them live. I've never rewatched one. So the fact I'm gonna do like watch every single pay-per-view from the 2000 from an entire decade is crazy to me. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to just trust me. Now, SmackDown Hotel helped me out a ton getting the order of matches correct, and like not matches, pay per views correct, and then the matches themselves. So, speaking of SmackDown Hotel, I actually have my predictions right here of who's gonna win, and I'll tell you all the ones that I do know who wins. When they get brought up, I'll tell you who I know wins. But first off, before we get started with the predictions here, I know who wins the first match. I wouldn't have known before, but it was like it's Kurt Angle versus a mystery opponent. But when I clicked on it to see the matches that they had on it for SmackDown Hotel, it showed the result. It showed the winner of the match, and I was like, oh fuck. And then there's something luckily where you can just skip it, or not skip it, but turn off predictions, or not winners, turn off winners. So I was able to get my predictions, and yeah. So first off is Kurt Angle versus a mystery opponent who is Taz, and Taz wins that one. I do know that one. The second match is Dudley Boys versus Hardy Boys. I don't know, but I went for the Hardy Boys. I think the Hardy Boys are gonna win this match. I think it can go either way. I don't know, but that I'm going for the Hardy Boys. I think the Hardy Boys are gonna win this one. Next up is like the by the way, Dudley Boys versus Hardy Boys is the first ever tables tag match. So yeah. Number three is the Miss Women's Battle Royal or Royal Rumble, whatever the hell they called it. Oh no, I didn't write it down here. Is gonna be Ivory versus Jacqueline versus Terry versus the Cat versus Luna versus BB. I don't know if this is a like a 3-man match, if that makes sense. I saw Miss Battle Royal, so I just automatically assumed that they're all just going up against each other. Either way, I don't know who any of them are except for Ivory, Jacqueline, and Terry. I don't know who any of them are. So I just said Jacqueline. I think Jacqueline's gonna win it. Next up is number 4. It's Chris Jericho versus China versus Crash Holly or Bob Holly. I know China held the title. I think she held it twice. I think she won the title twice. And I don't know who's walking in as champion. But I'm just gonna assume China wins this. Although now thinking about it, I don't like because like WrestleMania is coming up, and I don't think China walked in at WrestleMania as the champion, so I'm not too certain about that. But either way, I'm gonna go for China. I'm gonna go for China on that one. Next up, number 5, it's the New Age Outlaws versus APA. Who do I think is gonna win that one? Now I don't think I've ever really seen APA hold the world tag titles. I don't think I've ever seen them hold the tag titles. So I just went for the New Age Outlaws on this one. I think they're going to win this one. And yeah, number 6, I actually do know the winner of this one. This one is Triple H. Triple H wins this one, and it's a Hell in a Cell match. So, and I've heard this is a really good, iconic match. So I cannot wait to watch it. So yeah, there's that. Next up is the Royal Rumble match. I do know who wins this one. This one is The Rock. Although it is a little controversial whether or not Rock won it or the Big Show won it. Either way, The Rock wins. And yeah, those are my predictions. Hopefully I'm right. Yeah. Whenever the time is right, whenever I'm done watching the pay-per-view, then we'll get into it. I'll review the pay-per-view. I'll do everything. Okay, thank you. I'll be right back, I guess. Hi guys, I am back. I just finished the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. It is about 4:30 in the morning right now. I am tired, but you know that it is what it is. Let's get into what my review is. I wrote everything down that I really had a comment on, And let me just clear some things up. More specifically, two things. One, I said it was a. Actually, it's three. Sorry. One, I said APA, not the Acolytes. I completely forgot that they were called the Acolytes beforehand. But no, it's the Acolytes, not APA. Second off, I thought it was a match. I mean, it is considered a match, but it's not a match. Okay, so the Miss Women's Royal Rumble, whatever the hell it was called, that's not really a match. We'll get into that later, but that's not really a match. And third, I think I said this. It was not a Hell in a Cell match. I said that it was a Hell in a Cell match. It was not a Hell in a Cell match. It was a street fight, which I could have sworn. I could have sworn that it was a Hell in a Cell match, but then, like, the moment I saw no cage there when they were announcing it, I was just like, oh, shit. Okay, either way, I wrote everything down here, so I'll read everything I wrote down, or most things, and then I'll talk about it. So, the beginning, it starts off in Kurt cuts a promo and insults the crowd. Calls them losers, whatever the fuck. Says that they need a champion. Like, something about the Knicks. I think that's football. I don't know. I don't really watch any other sport than wrestling. Says that they needed, like, they don't deserve to have a champion, but he'll be their champion. He'll be their champion for a day. And then Kurt mentions that he's, oh yeah, no, that's okay, that's what I say here. Okay. And then immediately, like, he takes off his medals, and then immediately, Taz makes his entrance. Like, immediately, like, there was, like, he says, like, come out here with my the mystery partner, and you would expect it to be, like, a little tiny bit of just anticipation, waiting to see who it is. But no, it's Taz. It's just, like, he says, come out here, and then just immediately Taz, like, boom, there. And it was like, okay, damn. Next up, oh yeah, so Taz immediately attacks Kurt. Like, just straight up goes in there, attacks Kurt. That's what happened there. Like, before the bell rings, Taz attacks Kurt. And then the match ended, Taz thought he won. He had, like, a suplex on him, because he's the suplex machine, and then he thought he won. But then then Kurt gets his foot on the rope, which he was not happy about. Either way, the match wasn't long. It was actually pretty short, and it ended with Kurt Angle just passing out. It was a short match. It was a pretty good match for what it was, but it was still a relatively short match. So, kind of sucks, but at the end of the day, like I said, it was a pretty good match. Next up is the Hardy Boys. So the Hardy Boys cuts a promo. They cut a promo before the match starts, and the Dudley Boys make their entrance, and then they make a promo. They cut a promo, and then they say, the town sucks. I know, like, I thought the same thing. Kurt just did this. Kurt literally just fucking did this. So that's what happened there. Let me see here. Yeah, crowd, whatever the fuck. And then while the Hardys are making their entrance, the Dudley Boys attack them. The Dudley Boys attack the Hardy Boys to set things off. And then so then later on in the match, Jeff Hardy has a chair in his hand, and then he hits Bubba in the head with it. And I thought to myself, holy shit, this is before, like, they figured out about CTE. This is before, like, everything came up. Like, and I was gonna count all the times that they did a headshot, but then I realized that would take way too long to just look away, not see the match, and just write it down. Plus, there were so many headshots in this fucking, like, show. With the, there was, like, there's like one in like 3 matches. There was like 1 in 3 matches. So that's what was happening there. Next up, okay, so the Hardy Boys have a table right here, and they go up. They go up, and they're about to suplex Bubba Ray off of the fucking thing, off the turnbuckle. And Devon, what he decides to do, it's either remove the table so they don't get eliminated, and then get rid of the table, and then after getting rid of the table, Bubba's gonna fall down. Okay, or he can possibly attack both of them so that they don't get so they don't fucking suplex him, and instead put probably both of them in the table. Well, the genius that Devon is, he moves the table and just watches. He doesn't do anything. He removes the table and then just stares up, and then he watches it just go down. And I thought that was fucking hilarious. So then, I wrote here, Bubba gets eliminated. So, what happened here, Bubba is placed, like, he's just placed down there, and then, Matt has a ladder, and he's gonna jump off the ladder, and then Jeff is on the turnbuckle, and then Matt jumps off, and then Jeff also jumps off, and then, Jeff lands on Bubba, and I don't know why this was funny to me, but, like, Matt, he was gonna land on the table as well with Devon, but then since Jeff landed on him first, he just kind of went down crashing, and I don't know, I thought that was pretty funny. Next up, so, they were going to eliminate Devon, but then, so, Devon's placed on a table later on. Also, by the way, I don't know, this is an elimination match as well, so just know that. Devon, what the fuck? Devon's placed on a table, and then Matt Hardy is up there, and he jumps off, and then now he went through the table, okay? And then, I thought to myself, oh, okay, he went through the table, and then, out of fucking nowhere, Jeff just jumps off and then lands himself through a table. I had to rewind because I thought he just committed suicide. No, so Bubba, after dodging it, he like lands back, kind of like this, like I am right now, and he's laying back like on a table, and then Jeff like went for a suicide dive on him. But then Devon got out of the way. So I had to rewind because that went by really fucking fast, and it was a very cool transition. I really did enjoy it. And then, okay. So this is, okay. So then they set up 2 tables, and then what happens is but they push Bubba off. They push Bubba off the 2 tables. Which is cool, I guess. Either way, also, I want to completely add, they say something on commentary where it's like you have to go through a table by offense. So I did not know that, but that's apparently what it is. Either way, the match ended. The match ended with Jeff, like, putting Devon through a table. I'm not too certain. I think he jumps off. He jumps off, of the balcony, I think they call it. He jumped off the balcony, and then after jumping off to the balcony, he was able to eliminate Devon, and I was like, oh, thank God, they won. Something else, I think I said this was for the titles. This is not for the titles. I don't know why I thought it, I do know, I think it had, like, the little sign on the SmackDown Hotel thing, so that's what happened there. Here, let me do something real quick. Okay, so next up, let me, okay, just making sure I was, so after the match happened, they go to a backstage segment of Kurt Angle, and then, it's just Kurt just being there, and he's kind of like hallucinating, and he's like, what happened? And they're telling him that Taz choked him out, and he goes, oh, well, if I got choked out, then that means I win the match. That means he got disqualified. I win the match. Um, so they never really come back to Kurt after that. By the way, that's just how it is, and it's just like, oh, uh, okay. Um, After that, then it's the match. It's the match that I was talking about, where I said it was where it's the Miss Women's Battle Royal, where I guessed or Royal Rumble, where I guessed Jacqueline was gonna win. Um, so, oh god, this is okay. So they all make their way, and they all announce who the judges are. There's judges for this. Yes, there's judges, which immediately kind of threw me out for a loop. The moment I saw judges were being presented, I was like, what the fuck is this? Then they get everyone there. They get everyone there, and they announce Jerry's gonna be like, I don't think he was a judge, but he's an announcer for it. So he like gets in the ring and he's kind of just like, yeah, puppies. I'm just gonna let you sit on that for a second. So after that, okay. Also, I looked in the crowd and somebody had a "Got Milk" sign, and I don't know why, but that made me laugh for some reason. It just did. So looking at it here, they also announced that another judge was here, and I also wrote here that every single one of the judges were old as sin, like they were old as fuck. But then they just had this guy here who was the host or the co-host of Conan O'Brien. I don't remember what his name was, but it was like Andy. So yeah, he's a judge for this. Love that on your repertoire. So I just thought that was pretty weird. And especially because he was probably like in his 40s. It looked like he was in his 40s. Everybody else looked like they were in their 60s above. So, there was that. Okay. So, I'm just gonna say this match, was 6 of the ladies being there, and then they take off their robes to reveal them in bikinis. And then they would judge off of how hot it was. May I mind you, this was the only women's match on this card. So that was fun. That was fun. And then the final girl, Kat, I think her name was, got there, and then she took off her robe, and then it was revealed that she was wearing bubble wrapping, which I thought, holy shit, what the fuck? And then Jerry said, can I pop him? Let me pop him. That's not real. But then, sorry, the judges, by the way, I want to completely add the fucking judges the entire time. Like, I think it was like when they revealed the cat, like, thing, it showed the judges were like, they seem so fucking serious. It's girls taking off robes and showing their bikinis. And you're over there taking this as the most serious thing in the world. Like, if you fuck this up, your life is on the line. Whoever wins this is going to become a fucking millionaire after this. You have to make sure that you don't fuck this up. No. I just thought that was funny as fuck. Okay. Next up here. Somebody comes out and says that this is not over yet. This is not over yet. We got someone else. It's Mae Young. And then Mae Young comes out there and she says that she's gonna strip for them or something like that. I completely forgot. It's weird. It's like a fever dream. And that she's gonna do it, and she takes off her robe. She's wearing her bikini, and then Jerry, I don't know why, but Jerry made me laugh throughout this, and he's just like, "Oh my god, put them away, put them puppies away," and I thought that was fucking hilarious. Either way, like she's wearing presumably takes off her top and then flashes Jerry, and then he's like, ah, what the fuck? Um, and then after taking off, like, she also flashes the crowd, I believe. She flashes the crowd as well, flashes the judges. And then Mark comes in there, and he just is like, I got this, I got this. And while he's like saying, like, being like, oh yeah, I got this, I got this, she's legitimately trying to get off of him, and I think she does get off of him, and then flash the crowd a little bit more, which is crazy. And I say presumably, by the way, because I don't know if she was wearing something under there. They obviously didn't show it. They censored it though. Like there would be some parts, like there was like a side angle and they just censored it. And I was like, oh my god, is she actually like fucking flashing people? There's kids here. Either way, that's what happened there. And then they announced the entire, like, they announced who the winner was. He looked at it, he was like Jerry looked at it and was like, oh, Mae Young wins. And I was so pissed off. I was so pissed off because I got all my predictions right. I think I got all my predictions right except for this one. Let me. Oh wait, no, I got one wrong. Sorry, no, I got another one wrong. Either way, I thought it just pissed me off. Next up, entire segment. Okay, the entire segment. I wrote this down. The entire segment, by the way, was 12 minutes. 12 minutes. 12 minutes of sexualizing women. That's not the best part. I'll explain what the best part is. But just... So, next up. I actually didn't write anything for this match. I wrote some things, but I didn't write anything for this match. So... They had like a little segment where they said that like before this match, which is Chris Jericho versus China versus Bob Holly, where they had a segment where they said something like, oh hey, I'm gonna walk out as the champion because Chris Jericho and China are co-champions in this. So Chris Jericho saying that he wants to walk out as the champion. China just has to not come out as the champion, but he's going to come out as the champion. So, by the way, that segment leads to nowhere because when they're making their entrances, you can see the referee just holds up the title, and no one walks out. No one walks out with the title or walks in with the title. And I thought that was just weird, that the fact that they added that, but it is what it is. Next up, this one was pretty fun in me. So Bob Holly's making his entrance, and the announcer goes, I wrote it here, allegedly over 400 pounds. And I don't know why, but I laughed at that. I don't know why. I thought that was pretty funny. Like, what the fuck do you mean allegedly over 400 pounds? I don't know. I thought that was funny. Okay. So, yeah, okay. I'm just gonna have to recall this one. The match was alright. For what it was, the match was alright. It was not great. It was not bad. It was just, I don't even know if I would say good. It was just an average match. It just, you can tell that Bob and Chris were just, they had good chemistry, but then you added China to the mix, and then China, how do I say this in the best way? China is just not that great, at least in this match. I haven't seen any matches from China, so this is my first impression of China, and looking at it here, it was not a good impression. This was, like, not great, like, at all. This was not a... China just wasn't good in this match. Just wasn't good at all. I don't know how to really say it, just, it wasn't good. Like, it just wasn't good. It just wasn't, every time China was involved, it just wasn't good. Up until, like she went for pedigree, and then she hit like a lion tamer, or was it a lion tamer or walls of Jericho? I forgot. And I thought that looked pretty good. Either way, it ended with Chris Jericho doing a lion salt on what's her name, China, and then going and getting the pin, which I was surprised by because I was not expecting China to get pinned. I was expecting Bob to get pinned, but China did get pinned in this match, and it was, like I said, a pretty all right match. Just kind of average, not really great, not really good, not really bad, just kind of average, in the middle somewhere. Really odd though, really odd. Next though, The Rock cuts a promo and says he's going to win, but he mainly focused on Big Show in the promo. So there was that. So then Acolytes, not APA, Acolytes, had their match against the New Age Outlaws. Remember what I said about that 12 minutes? Keep that in mind. They had their match against the New Age Outlaws. And, okay. So, the match starts. Acolytes, or sorry, who attacked who? I forgot. Someone attacked somebody. Acolytes attack New Age Outlaws. Yes. The Acolytes attack New Age Outlaws before the bell rings. So that was the second time tonight, which that was crazy to me. Either way, Acolytes attack them, and then they're going at it, whatever the fuck. Acolytes kicking their ass, and then they hit a clothesline from JBL hits a clothesline from hell. I think it was on I think it was on Billy, actually. I think it was on Billy Gunn. And that looked vicious. That looked absolutely fucking vicious. And yeah, that's just what that was. It was and then what happened was they went for the pin on Road Dogg, and then Billy takes out the referee. But then the referee gets knocked down after that, and after getting knocked down, X-Pac comes in, and he tries to distract the Acolytes, but then he gets his ass kicked, and then fucking Famouser, and then that was it. That was the match. And I went back to see how long it was. That was 5 minutes. The match was 5 fucking minutes long. It was 7 minutes shorter than the fucking bikini contest. What? What the fuck? It was. Oh, I'm sorry. It was. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't actually fucking believe it. Okay. So it was famous on Bradshaw. Okay, I thought that's who it was. Okay. Street fight time. So, okay, I'm looking at it here. Cactus Jack gets a barbed wire. They go at it. Cactus Jack eventually gets a barbed wire. And then right as he was about to hit Triple H with the barbed wire, the referee stops him and then goes, "No, don't hit him with the barbed wire. Don't do it." And then Triple H low blows Cactus Jack, gets the advantage, and then starts wailing on fucking Cactus Jack with it. And I thought, wow. Just wow. So, then the referee eventually gives the announcer, the Spanish announcer, the 2x4. He gives them the 2x4, the barbed wire 2x4. And then Triple H goes out there and then grabs handcuffs. I wrote he's getting freaky. I said Triple H is getting freaky. Because that's what it seemed like. He got handcuffs and then he was trying to tie it on him. And then while he's while he's wailing on fucking while he's wailing on Um, by the way, I completely forgot to mention this, but beforehand, um, the Cactus Jack goes back out there. I think this was before the handcuffs. Cactus Jack goes back out there, and then he goes to the announcer's table, and then he's just like, give me the 2x4, give me the 2x4," and then they're just like, "Oh no, 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 I'm not like." And then he punches him. He fucking punches one of the announcers. And I went back later on to see how it was, and I was expecting like something like funny. No, he just punched him, and then no noises were made. Like he died. He straight up fucking died. Either way, he attacked him. He attacked the Spanish announcer. Then the other announcer's like freaked out, and he's just like, "Here, take the barbed wire. Take the barbed wire." So then he gives him the 2x4. Either way, eventually gets cuffed. And then while beating the fuck out of Cactus Jack, The Rock comes in and hits Triple H with the steel chair in the head. Then a cop comes out and he uncuffs Cactus Jack. Why the fuck would he? I don't know. I don't know. Why cop, by the way? So, then Cactus Jack gets thumbtacks. Oh my god, this bitch got thumbtacks. And then so Cactus Jack gets thrown into the thumbtacks. He just like Triple H just throws him there, like does a back body drop onto Cactus Jack, and now he's landed on the thumbtacks. He's down, and then eventually, I don't know how the fuck Cactus Jack gets the advantage again. Okay, and he's about to kill Triple H. He's about to kill him. But then Stephanie comes out, and she's like, "No, don't kill him. We're together. Why the fuck would you kill him?" So then Triple H gets the advantage, and it's a pedigree on him. Which, oh my god, that's it. Thank God, it's over. 1, 2, that bitch kicked out. How? How the fuck did he kick out? But that wasn't it. That wasn't it. No, he decided to go for a pedigree on the thumbtacks. That did take him out, by the way. The thumbtacks did take him out, thank God. And it was a really good match. They put Triple H on a stretcher after that, and then Cactus Jack was like, no, I'm not doing that, and he like grabbed him, took him off, threw him back inside of the ring, grabbed a barbed wire bat, or not the barbed wire bat, sorry, he grabbed the barbed wire 2x4, and then hit him with it, and then that was it. He left after that. He's like, that's it, I'm done. Fuck this, I'm done. I just wanted the last laugh. Oh yeah, and then they bring in Linda McMahon. They go somewhere, and then Jonathan Coachman's there, and he's like, yeah, blah blah, we're here, blah blah blah. When we're here with Linda McMahon, and then he gives her and she just goes, oh yeah, well Triple H is the champion. And I wrote it down here. She says, okay, Linda says, this, in the WWF will be handled in the McMahon way. Thing is, the WWE will be handled in the McMahon way. What the fuck does that mean? Either way, next up is the final match. It's the Royal Rumble match. Okay. Number one gets revealed, and number one is D'Lo Brown, not Delon. I don't know why the fuck I thought it was Delon. D'Lo Brown. D'Lo Brown. And, okay, next up is Grandmaster Sexay. I just had the same reaction as you. Why those two? Okay. And then, okay, then later on, Kai and Tai, which is people made up of two people. You're going to have to keep that in mind. Two people go out there, and they attack multiple of them. There's just like a whole bunch of people getting back in there, and they attack them, and then they get eliminated like immediately. They're not even in the match, by the way. They just throw them over the top rope. And like when this happened, I thought to myself, "Oh, that was pretty cool." But like this Rumble, like so far, was not good at all. The beginning was just stale and not good. Um, but then Rikishi comes in, and he saves this so fucking hard. Rikishi comes in, and he eliminates everyone in the match currently. Because I think it was like Christian came in. Then there was D'Lo Brown. Then there was Grandmaster Sexay, and then there was Rikishi. Rikishi eliminated two of them. He eliminated two of them. Actually, I think it was three, but like I don't fucking remember who else it would be. So he eliminates them, and then he looks back at Grandmaster Sexay, and then final entrant gets revealed, and it's Scotty Too Hottie. And then it's Now Too Cool, and they have like a little dance thing, which I absolutely fucking loved, man. Like I loved it. I thought it was so fucking funny, and I thought it was so good. Um, yeah, I thought it was just really good. Um, and then he takes them both out. He takes them both out. They're both out of the ring, and that was it. And I thought that was pretty fun and pretty funny. Um, okay, so next up, uh, I don't remember his name. I don't remember what his name was. Either way, he goes in there. Rikishi eliminates him. So I think that's five or six. I'm not too certain if he eliminated another person. So that's five or six people eliminated. And then number someone gets revealed, and the person is Viscera. And Viscera gets in the ring, and it's like, holy shit, two big men are here, holy fuck. And then Rikishi eliminates him. Like, within the 90-second interval, Rikishi eliminates him. And then it's like, holy shit, this is so good. Then Big Boss Man comes out there. And he just, the entire 90 seconds, he just stayed out of the ring. He did not want to go in the ring with Rikishi. There'd be sometimes where he'd like tease it, where he'd be like, oh, I'm going in? Nah, I'm not going in. And then, um, the next entrant comes out, and it's Test. And then Test attacks him. And it's like, get the fuck back in there. Um, Also, by the way, I completely forgot to add this. They do not have numbers. They don't tell you what number we're at. But all we know is that the final entrant is X-Pac, because that's what they told us. They said, oh, by the way, X-Pac is here. And he announced that he's gonna be here at number 30. So yeah. Um Then Rikishi gets sorry, not that. Sorry, my bad. Bob Backlund returns. Bob Backlund is here. It was short lived, but he was here. Rikishi did get eliminated, by the way. That sucks. No, another thing is, so then Farouk gets back in the ring, or not back in the ring. Farouk gets in the match, and then the posse. That's what they're called. The posse gets in the ring, and they attack Farouk. And then it doesn't end up with Farouk getting thrown out by them, but it's by somebody else. I forgot who it was. I think it was like one of the New Age Outlaws. But they throw out Farouk. Next up, one person from Kai and Tai's here. So I could have sworn that there was two, but I guess there was only one. Or I completely forgot to mention it. But Kai and Tai, one of the members. So one of the members got thrown out, and then they replayed it like so many times throughout the night. More times than Kai and Tai showed up this entire night. They replayed it multiple times, and it always showed him like landing on his head, and it looked really fucking bad. But either way, they said, "Oh hey, one person from Kai and Tai's here." I forgot what his name was, by the way, and I didn't want to write it because I didn't know how to spell it. So one person from Kai and Tai is there, and then he gets thrown out like what happened before. But then they say that he's in the hospital. The other person that landed on his head is in the hospital right now. So I thought, holy shit, I really actually hope he's not in the hospital, but he probably was, because it did look pretty nasty. Is in the, okay, yeah. Then Bradshaw gets in the match, gets in the ring, and then guess what? The posse comes in, except this time Bradshaw takes out the posse, only for the New Age Outlaws to throw him out immediately after. So Bradshaw gets eliminated. And then they start attacking the posse. The acolytes start attacking the posse. I don't know where the fuck that ends up. I don't know. Next up, Kai and Tai is back. The one member is back. The one guy is back. He gets thrown out immediately. Final four. The final four are there. And I was so excited because the final four was Kane, X-Pac, Big Show, and Rock. So then, the New Age Outlaws. So how they got eliminated was, I think it was Billy Gunn was like just kind of standing around, and then Road Dogg was also standing around, except he was near a rope, and then Billy Gunn just kind of fucking threw his ass out, and he was like, "Sorry, man, I gotta do what I gotta do." And then I think Kane eliminated Billy, and then they were like, "Oh, what the fuck." So then they slid Kane out. They slid Kane out, and they start beating on him. They start beating the fuck out of Kane, and then they go to the entrance ramp, and then the refs are all over there. Like, every single ref is over there. And then The Rock eliminates X-Pac. But the refs don't see that. The refs do not see that X-Pac got eliminated. So he's still in the match by technicality. So they don't see that. Either way, I wrote here, Kane hits an enziguri on Big Show. Okay, I can't believe that bitch hit an enziguri. Oh, just in general, that's crazy. On Big Show as well. That's fucking amazing. Either way, after that, Kane got eliminated. The X-Pac got eliminated. And, it ended with, okay, so Rock hits people's elbow, and then he's about to throw Big Show out, and then Big Show catches him with a choke slam, and then he hits him with the choke slam, and then he gets him into, he's just kind of carrying him like this, and he's like going around the ring, he's going around it, and then he's like, I want to go there, and then he throws him out, but then no, he couldn't throw him out because The Rock wins. Rock's feet were not on the map. So, yeah, Rock wins. Nothing happened. Also, by the way, I think that they took, like, I don't know what the first one looked like, but, they're I think, like, in the WWE Network version or the Peacock version, they don't show the camera angle of like the side angle, because as we know, The Rock landed on the ground. Both of his feet were on the fucking ground. So that's what happened there. And yeah, that's just what happened there. The Rock won, I guess, by technicality. And The Rock grabs the mic and he's cutting a promo. And he says that The Rock can finally say he's going to WrestleMania. And then Big Show comes up, attacks him. And then The Rock goes outside and he's just kind of like looking at him. And he's just like, ah, God, you bitch. And then Big Show looks all frustrated. That is the end of the pay-per-view. If you hopefully watch this 45, maybe a little bit longer minute video. I thought this was fun. I definitely want to do something like this again. I thought this was a really fun video to make. And that was, I think, my first ever pay-per-view where I just watched the entire pay-per-view. That's not live. I think this is my first time watching pay-per-view that's not live in its entirety. I'll go back and watch matches, but I never watch a full pay-per-view. So this was fun. This was really fun. I do enjoy it. Next up is No Way Out 2000. So stay tuned for that. I don't know when the fuck I'm gonna upload this. Matter of fact, I don't know when the fuck I'm gonna upload this. Either way, thank you all for watching. I'll see y'all guys next time. And bye.